Alrighty. We're ready?
Yeah.
Are you streaming? Let us know. Alright. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever mLTP Midseason Podcast. I'm your host, Ashmungashma, and with me we have BigMeaty.
Hey, guys.
Honeybear.
Hello.
Jegs.
Yo.
Stu.
What's up?
TheBob18.
Heyo.
And our lovely streamer, Mr. Fruitsy. Let's give Fruitsy a round of applause for taking the time to stream this.
Woo!
Alrighty, guys. Without further ado, let's get right into it. First, we're going to be talking a little bit about each of the teams and how they've done so far. We're going to start with the Eastern Conference, and so we're going to have our Eastern analysts, TheBob18 and honeybear, talking about each of the players and how the teams are doing. So, guys, why don't we start in the Northeast Division with Bruno Marsball.
It's not like it's a better attack, anyways.
All right. Let's see. Bruno Marsball right now is. Well, they just came off a big win. I believe they beat the FS Ballers. Is that correct, guys?
It was the Myth Boosters, actually, I believe.
Well, okay. Regardless, I'm pretty sure the Bruno Marsballs had a nice win this past week. Anyway, they're second in the East right now, and they're on a roll ever since they got Tyrus. I know he's been playing a little bit of majors, a little bit of minors, but I'm pretty sure that's been helping their team out.
Yeah. Ever since they once they traded away Koala, I think her and Legman just didn't like each other or something. Anyway, ever since then, they seem to be doing pretty well getting their shit together, so that's good for them. What do you guys see as the standout players on their team? Who do you think they are?
I think Khaleesi has pretty much held her own and lived up to her hype.
Khaleesi hype is real?
The Khaleesi hype is real. She is right now 6th in returns, and she's got a pretty good return per minute with 1.26. So that's my standout player for the team.
Yeah, she's definitely been keeping them in every game each week, it seems like. She's been forced to be reckoned with in minors right now. Nobody was really sure, I guess, except for Legman, with him drafting her in the auction, so that's surprisingly worked out very well. Probably not surprising to him. I know their offense has been pretty good with Prism and Mr. Gon. I'm sorry, Mr. Gon's defense plays support with Khaleesi. I know Prism and Marquis, combination of them has worked out pretty well also.
How do you guys see this team doing in the postseason? Obviously, it seems like they're going to make playoffs. How well do you think they're going to do?
Well, they're definitely have a chance to be at the top. I mean, right now, I'd say the East is kind of wide open. It looks like a lot of teams are making some moves towards the bottom of the division, so you don't really know where everything's going to end up. So it'll be interesting when we analyze the playoff battles.
Definitely.
A couple weeks.
All right, now it's time for our resident shit talker, BigMeaty, to chime in. BigMeaty, what are your thoughts on this team?
Well, in terms of standout players, I'd have to say just Khaleesi. That's about it. And with the recent acquisition of Tyrus as well now. But yeah, that's about it.
You call that
You're
shit
saying
talking?
their team is terrible except Khaleesi.
Pretty much.
I mean,
You heard it here.
didn't they beat you guys or something?
They did, but that's when Slide decided to be Slide.
Okay. So, all in all, we think these guys are going to go places in the playoffs, or?
I think they definitely have a chance. What do you think, Bob?
I could see them in the semis, but I mean, it's too early to tell right now. Once we get closer to the battles, I could definitely see them going past the first round, but I'm not sure after that because there's a lot of good teams in the East.
A lot of good teams that are coming out from the bottom too. We'll get to that later.
Alrighty, let's move on. Next team in the division is going to be Wow Such Miners.
My favorite.
Oh, well, they're pretty bad, right, BigMeaty?
They're pretty shitty. Sitting at a 7-5 record in the conference right now, 5th place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did have that hot start of going 4-0, but ever since then, it's been kind of subpar.
So what's been going on, BigMeaty? You want to give us some insight to Wowsuch?
Oh yeah, sure. Well, there has been some differences in times where people are available. We were pretty confident that Randall would be a part of our starting lineup for a while since RBR took his spot in majors, and he didn't show up for a week or two, and the defense kind of struggled with having to transition there. And I mean, there was a few weeks where CB13, he started the season off really hot, but he's kind of cooled down a little bit. And there was like 2 weeks or so where slide was just bad. And I mean, Chokus has been great. Valerity's been, he's been going above expectations. So I don't know. I think from this point on, we're going to be pretty solid. Again.
Now, if I ask you who the best player that you think on your team is, you're not going to tell me it's you, right? Because God forbid it's you.
Oh no, I'd say it's Chuggles. Chuggles has been consistent since week 1.
What do you think?
Oh, I'm curious because I know Chuggles and I don't know if Slides was a joke, but didn't they both quit in some sort of fashion during the season?
Yeah, they made quitting posts or whatever and talked to the team about leaving, and then they decided to, pull the tampons out and just play the fucking game. So yeah.
What do you guys, honeybear, Bob? Who do you think are the standout players on Wildsuch Miners?
I think their whole offense is pretty standout. I mean, combining BigMeaty, Easy Money Sniper, and CB13, that's 35 plus 24. Can you guys do the math for me?
59?
Yeah, 59 caps. That's a lot more than what a lot of teams have for total caps. So, I mean, that's pretty standout right there.
Yeah, and CB13 is relatively unknown outside of Wowsuch's team. I think he's been on that team for 2 seasons now. But he's been a pretty good player for them. And I know Belarity has played above expectations, and I'm glad to see that. They have a good chance of making some noise.
Yeah. How do you think they're going to finish out the rest of the regular season and get into playoffs? You think it's definitely possible for them?
Well, I'm pretty confident my team's going to beat them next week. So,
yeah. Big matchup.
What's the
So we're going to be overtaking a couple teams in the East Division, and so they probably are okay in terms of their points.
Strong words from Honeybear.
They have
Oh,
enough.
he's a pirate, right? God, you guys are gonna get so scraped. I can't wait.
They have a lot of points though, so they're not really struggling to make the playoffs probably, unless they were to fizzle out.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on Wowsuch Scrubs?
Well, I mean, after the subpar privateers, they have the FS Ballers and the Myth Boosters to wrap up the season. So, of course, It's definitely an opportunity to make the playoffs, but it's going to be tough going down the stretch for them.
I think we're playing Raccoon, actually.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to our next team. We're going to move on to the Myth Boosters. Myth Boosters are sitting at a lovely 7-4-1, 4th in the conference.
This has been an interesting team, I'll say that much. I know there's a lot of hype around Halophile, and I know Franj has kind of taken a lot of that hype and played outstanding the past couple weeks. Better than most offenders in the whole minors. I know Gubbles had an early season start that was really good, but he kind of hasn't played as much. And Hold My Balls and Dennett, Fly Molo seem to be holding down the fort pretty well on defense. That being said, they did just lose to Bruno Mars Balls, so they're still there in the top mid of the division, so it's a pretty good standing for them.
Yeah, and I mean, Ron is one of those guys that kind of started off slow, maybe because of minutes. He only had 5 caps in the first 2 weeks. But, I mean, he's really turned it on now. He's got like 18 over the past 4, which is a big improvement. So I'll look to see him make some more noise down the stretch.
An interesting development today. Jam made a post in our attack row about the reason that I'm not playing competitive anymore this season, and she had a considerable lag. Any theories on what would happen if Holdma or Flymola would go up to play majors?
Probably be Dennett.
They would lose a lot.
Or Dennett, yeah.
It'd probably be Dennett.
You
I
think?
feel like they can really play their defense by committed because they do have a deep roster in terms of defense. I think Bikers are doing a good job with that roster. So
they can hold their own, but they're not going to blow anyone away. If Dennett would have to move up, I'd say.
Now, for the guys that have played this team, are they real? Are they for real?
Well, they played us when we were off an off week when we had all those players leave. So I mean, we were struggling with that, but they definitely did go easy on us. They really took advantage of the opportunity, and I mean, right now they have the killer instinct, but we'll have to see if it lasts for the rest of the season and playoffs.
Yeah, we played them week 1, so it was a long time ago, and we've split with them. So teams change over time, but I don't know. I don't think they're going to make any noise in the playoffs. I think there's better teams out there.
Any last thoughts on the Myth Boosters? How they're going to do? If they're going to make playoffs? If they're going to make the Super Bowl?
Well, I've yet to play them, obviously, but I don't know. I think that based on their lineup, they're probably going to make it past the first round, but then after that, I don't really see anything happening.
This is just something that I want to stress to the Western analysts when we're doing the Eastern, and the Eastern when we're doing the Western. You guys are free to talk. You guys are free to do whatever. There's no real guidelines or restrictions here. So, if you guys want to chime in whenever, just to call somebody bad or just to contribute whatever you want to the conversation, that's totally fine.
They're probably too busy putting back beers. So.
They probably don't know enough about these.
For those of you that are watching, we have made it a point to drink a hell of a lot while we do this. So everything that we say could be a little bit misconstrued, but that's beside the point. We're here to have fun. We're here to talk shit.
Please excuse my liquid courage, ladies.
All right, that wraps up the Myth Boosters. Let's move on to the team that got absolutely shit on by people leaving, the Spherical Squires. Dun, 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 dun. Sitting at a lowly 9th place, 3-9-0. And fresh off of a point deduction for not submitting screenshots, we have the representative, TheBob18.
Ash Mussolini.
Ash Mussolini's in the house.
It's been a really interesting season. That's probably as much of an extent as I can even describe it. We've had to do Nltp loan calls, and I mean, right now we're just kind of getting through the season. I mean, I like playing with the people, and that's why I didn't ask for a trade or anything. But I mean, it's just a frustrating season. Like, I've never been in anything like this before, so it's a new experience for me. But I mean, if we don't even make the playoffs, we'll try to play a spoiler, and we'll try not to go down too easily.
All right.
Yes.
Tell me why your team isn't shit.
Because our defense is awesome when we have offense.
Do you? I didn't think you did. I thought that was the whole point. All the offense left.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to play defense when, I guess, if one flag out and we don't have chemistry with their offense, it's really difficult to get a bearings of where they're going to be position-wise. So, I mean, working through that kind of stuff, it's always going to be rough, and that's all we've been working with through the past couple of weeks.
Meaty.
So, I mean, yeah, once we get everybody on a consistent practice schedule, maybe we can do something. I don't know.
Meaty, how much does this team suck? I need to know straight.
Well, we played them, I think, in week 1 when they were at full strength, and they were okay, but aside from that, they got pretty shit on.
Who's the best player on their team?
Now they're even worse. The best Spherical Squire player right now that's still on the roster, I'd have to say Pithy. Is that how you say his name? Sure.
Yeah.
That's
Pithy.
Well, so here's the thing about the team, though. As much as I love the Spherical Squires and the players on them, they're playing some really tough matchups the last couple weeks. They got to play Bruno Mars balls. They got to play Erectile Dysfunction. They're playing small caps. All teams are above average in the Eastern Conference, and quite honestly, it doesn't look like they have much of a chance to make playoffs. I'm going to be frank.
Yeah, I mean, we had to beat Also Hard University last week, which I thought was possible, but it didn't happen. So, know what? I'm just here to have fun with my team, and we'll hope to get some wins in order to help the Privateers maybe get in the playoffs. Well, I mean, we're mathematically still in, but
how many active players do you have in your team for minors?
Right now we just picked up Solf. So we have Cam and Solf playing offense for majors, so that we have Teneblos, Audi, and Nupkin as our minors offense, and we have Apide, Pithy, and I for defense.
So how many is that?
And Making Bacon. Don't forget Making Bacon.
No, I always expected you guys to have low numbers. That's not bad.
They got a solid 10 people.
Yeah.
They have more than we do. They have more than my team.
Please. Yeah,
all right, here's the real question. How many original people do you have?
We have 6.
6.
Oh, see, that's not bad.
8 people left, including the late, great David Stern.
Rip David Stern.
You can't blame him for leading a sinking ship, right?
Well, I mean, he didn't leave because of that. He wanted to make things work, but in the end, he realized...
David Stern's just a lazy fuck. It's
yeah.
Quoted from Big Swingin' himself, his roommate.
I'm pretty sure Big's more of a lazy, but...
Fucking honey, I just went and saw Big the other day.
Yes.
It was great.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Have you seen the fucking kitty picture on his wall in his kitchen?
Nah, I missed it.
It's just fucking psychedelic cats. Oh my god, that shit fucks with you. Anyway, any last thoughts about the Spherical Shitty Squires or whatever?
That's pretty much it.
Alright, moving on to the last team in the Northeast, the Small Craps.
All craps, small craps?
All caps, more like all craps.
Am
I right?
They're kind of in trouble. They have really
6 and 6, man. What happened?
I'd say they're in trouble.
What happened to the All Craps?
Pretty mediocre.
They just got shit on by a really bad team in the Privateers.
Oh, we're
But
not
we'll get
that
to that
bad.
later. Guys, what's happening with the Small Craps team?
They're crapping out.
Yeah. They didn't have Bob Blah Blah last week. That might have been a part of the problem.
Not blah blah blah.
Yeah, Bob Blah Blah Blah. I mean, they still have a really good offense between J-Mar and Ball Don't Lie. They know how to play offense, but they were lacking on defense, and I think that might hurt them in the long run with trying to secure a couple wins the last few weeks.
It seems like when Legman traded Koala, he just traded all the bad things to the Small Craps. And now
Koala's a great player. She's playing majors for them, so it's not really relevant to minors.
True. You right.
Yeah. I think really the key to last week was missing blah blah blah. I mean, he's their main minors defender. He's gonna play for 40 minutes a week. And yeah, just having that out of the lineup's gonna have a huge impact.
Yeah, they're probably gonna live and die if he can step up and be around for the last couple weeks. That'll really dictate if they can maintain their position.
You guys see this team making the playoffs?
No.
No?
I think they'll choke it in the last few weeks. Get knocked out.
All right, there you have it, folks.
They are playing FS Ballers, and they are playing Mythbusters and Spherical Squires. So no, not easy matchups by any means.
Aside from Spherical Squires, but
Yeah, of course.
But we'll have your chemistry down by then. Watch out, minor league.
Hey, you never know.
All right, that wraps up the Northeast Conference. Now, since I don't want the Western analysts to fucking, get bored to death during this whole podcast, I don't think they can survive another 20 minutes. We're going to go to the Western Conference for a little bit.
Woo!
We're going to check out the Pacific teams real quick.
Boo!
The bad teams.
The
we
bad
gotta
teams.
We got to start with the division that nobody wanted. Get into the semi-pro bots right here.
Can we at least distinguish that the Eastern Conference is way better than the Western Conference?
There's no way to
Can
compare.
we please
You
let
can't
the
really
cat out
say
the
that.
bag?
We are not talking about this.
We
yet,
can't do
alright?
this.
Can we
We are
please let the
talking
cat
about
out
all
the
the
bag?
teams first.
Big Me, it's
Oh.
kind of like
Calm yourself.
it's like we know, but we can't really compare it. It's just because we know.
It's just
You
it's
know?
killing me
Calm
inside.
yourself. Calm yourself. We're starting with the semi-pro bots, guys. Semi-pro bots, 6th in the league, 5-5-2. Better, not better than the small crabs.
Over under.
What's the record?
Surprisingly, 5-5-2. They have
Oh,
a
okay, that's
minus
not bad.
14 cap differential. Really interesting.
Huh. We actually, the Childhood Spheros actually tied them twice.
Aren't the
Like,
Spheros
what
really shitty?
They're supposed to be, yeah. We're 3-6-3 right now. We actually have half of our roster as inactive or missing.
Hey, this is not childhood Sphero time. This is
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is
semi-pro
that they
bot
can't even
time.
they can't even
Can't even
beat
beat a half
they
roster.
can't even beat that a half roster. So how good are they really? Is what I'm saying.
That's a good point.
It is a
Any
good
notable
point.
players on their team?
Who's on their team? BDL, Boogie.
I guess that
Are the
answers
only
that
players
question.
that I know of.
Wait, Childhood Spheros?
No, semi-pro
No,
bots.
semi-pro bots.
Oh.
What do you
sorry.
think of them
Um,
picking up Time Boy recently? You think that's a smart move? Is he any good?
He's good at 45. That's all I know about him. Otherwise, I don't really.
It's not gonna make their team any that better.
I don't know if
really.
he's a good player in any other map.
I think the fact that their minors team had Ukilum got dragged out the offense definitely affected how they were playing down the stretch. He's a really good flag carrier, and I think they're going to be missing all that whole time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you see these guys making the playoffs? Nah.
They have a lot of potential.
No.
Probably not.
Well, in the West, it'd probably be a lot easier for them to do that. So
Oh.
don't just.
Meaty, just stick to saying the team is bad.
Nah, I think they could squeak in, and they might make a run, but it would have to be one of those dark horse runs where nobody sees them coming.
Any
See who
last
they're
thoughts
playing.
on these scrubs? The semi-scrub bots? Do you think they'll repeat as champions
well,
or
they
nah?
are playing the Orza balls.
Nah. General consensus
Definitely
is
nah.
nah.
Oh, guys, they are playing some pretty easy matchups.
So you think they're gonna make it in?
Orza balls, cap holes.
Just because they'll make it in doesn't mean they'll actually win it all, though. So definitely a nah to MuperBall
no.
champions.
No.
There you go. There you have it, folks. GG for the semi-pro bots.
They just don't have
Alright.
the talent.
The reigning champs.
Any last thoughts on the scrubs, the semi-scrub bots?
Do you?
And they might have
What?
someone come down in the playoffs, right? They have RJ, or like Walrus, or someone from Majors is gonna come down.
You think?
So that
Is
would
that
make
allowed?
them a much better team. Well,
Well,
I'm saying
they have a 5-man roster.
they have a
over there.
5-man MLTP roster, like Majors roster.
Yeah.
So
Ah,
either one of them
interesting.
could come down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
As for the semi-pro bots kicking my team's ass last season in the Foci 4, I wouldn't mind seeing
They're a
them
lot
in the
quicker,
playoffs.
but, yeah.
Wait, you guys played them in the Foci 4? Seriously?
Yep, we did.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I thought we waited until the championship to play.
Last season wasn't the same.
Last season
Eastern.
was quite the fuck up. That's
What?
all, that's all we're gonna
That
say
was
about
that was an Origin team, right, Bob?
Yeah, that was an Origin
Yeah.
team. Origin, Sphere, or Radius, whatever got us on Origin.
Yeah, it was basically a half Centra team.
Yeah, it was half.
Which is funny,
They
he
had,
was
like,
on Sphere
peanut and
too.
walnut and whatever, or walrus or whatever. I
Shall
just
we
said
move on?
peanut and walnut. What the fuck? Anyway, any last second thoughts on the Probots? Yeah.
They
That's
could. They,
That's
they,
it.
they could always be Ball So Hard University, but we'll get to that later, right?
Alright, next team. The Lava Monsters. The Lava
Ooh.
Monsters had a hot start to the season, but are now sitting in 4th place at a 7-4-1 record. Guys, you see any notable standout players on the Lava Monsters?
Curry.
Curry's a fucking bitch, alright?
Curry's
Fuck
no,
Curry.
he's
He was supposed to be on my novice team, and he didn't even show up. So fuck Curry.
he's well, all bias aside, he's probably one of the better minors offenders in the West Pacific Division. He's definitely proven himself, and he's probably between him and Swergonomics. That is that is two really good players. Swergonomics is huge on communication, and I know Curry has a natural ability to cap. So I wouldn't be surprised if his team makes a run. Not at all.
I don't know. I think D's nuts is 3.56 kill death.
Wait, you didn't say it right. You didn't say it right. You have to say, "These nuts." That's how you gotta say his name. Alright, so try it again.
D's nuts
There you go.
leads
There you
the
go.
league in the kill death by a fucking mile.
Pretty sure
How
she's
many, but how many
plays.
minutes though?
Yeah, I don't think she plays.
Who cares? All about the skills.
Minutes is a big factor.
And they also have
it's a huge
Tiza.
factor.
That's
I was about to say Tiza and Curry are probably the only standouts when I look at that team.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They have
if they
Sweep,
make a run.
guys. Sweep
Who's
is a
that?
good player.
Oh, if you say so.
I think he's better than Curry. And that's saying Curry's one of the best minors offenders in the league for Pacific.
Curry's only got a 75 own-ish. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's
about Curry.
bad, mate.
That's pretty
Doesn't mean he's
bad.
bad. It's all about decision making, guys.
It's all about
all that matters.
stats, because stats are everything. Look
Hey.
at that little bitch. She's
Look at
making a tree
Curry.
post.
Get
No,
out of
Trying to
here.
making
get
a
ahead of our
tree.
team. Yo, fuck
Wow.
that. Alright, general consensus, Curry's a dick. All in favor?
Yep, agree.
Yeah, all in favor.
Aye.
I
Alright, do we see the Lava Monsters making the playoffs? And if we
Yes,
do,
I do. In a
absolutely.
very weak Western. Yes,
Are
I
they
do.
getting
With it.
far? Are they a MuperBall contender?
They'll get pretty far, yeah.
I think so. I
yes.
think they have a good chance.
Yeah.
Alright.
They have a very deep roster. Probably the best thing about them.
Oh, I don't know. I don't see them getting past the little MuperBalls, but I don't know. We'll see. They definitely have a good roster to get at least to the Foci for.
Alright, any last second thoughts?
Yep.
Alrighty. Let's move on then to the Balls of Wrath. The Balls of Wrath started off the season real slow, but now they're at 7-4-1, and they're poised to make a playoff run. They just won 4 straight, I think, or was it 3 straight? I don't know, something like that. So yeah, Balls of Wrath. Tell me about them.
Fun fact: I was almost drafted to the Balls of Wrath.
Stu?
They're. I actually think, like last week, I would have said Lava Monsters were the #1 team in the Pacific Division, but I think the Balls of Wrath team might be better.
No.
I think
I
now
do.
that Wayne is actually trying, they're pretty good.
Yeah, and
It's Wayne. Why the fuck does he spell it like that?
I don't know what the deal with Bad is,
Juan Jesus.
or Juan uses.
Okay.
Oh.
Because we faced them last week and they had Bad playing for minors. I'm not sure how that works out.
Do you know
What do you
who
guys
they're
think
starting?
of KevBear? Is he any good? He gets a lot of returns.
Who?
Asa
KevBear.
Akira, aka
Yeah.
Kev Bear.
Yeah, he's their best player.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with that.
They also have Butterchurn. I don't know. Butterchurn's one of those guys where I can't really assess his skill.
Legion of Boom's also a natural flag carrier. He's been around a while. They have a deep roster. I'll tell you that much.
They've got a good sphere to their center roster.
I'm
They're
kinda-
perfectly positioned to play both servers.
I'm
You
kind
know?
of feeling and Frank is pretty good. Magikarp, I think he's supposed to be good, right?
Magikarp was like the hype player of Season 7.
Yeah,
I don't know what
well-
happened to him, but I guess he's back or something.
Alright,
Yeah.
They definitely have a good chance of making a run with their roster. They have a lot of talented players.
I think
It
they'll
seems
make
like
a
they're on
run.
a hot streak.
Yeah, as long as they start the 4 correct people, they should be starting. I think.
But what
I
is
think
the
they'll be
4
the best.
correct people? Does it change every time?
We'll
or?
see. The thing is, I don't know if Bad or Wayne is gonna play in the playoffs, but either one of them, then Asakura, then Koi's, and then Legion and Boom. And that would be it.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
On the balls of wrath, or are we ready for the next team?
Consistent 8.
He gets some more mini golf strats going.
Alrighty. Next team up is going to be the Childhood Spheros. We've got a representative in the house to tell us
Yeah.
why they shouldn't have sucked.
Um,
But
So-
don't they suck though?
Yeah, they're 3-6-3, ninth place.
Okay.
Pretty
In the
bad.
West, that's pretty bad.
Okay, so last week we were like 3-4-3, which isn't terrible. And so on the roster page there are like 10 people there, but our only players are me, 2-piece, who was a recent call up on offense, and that's it.
Alright,
And
here's
then
what I want to
Eno.
know. How does it feel going
And
from a
Ralph.
championship team to a scrub team?
Well, I don't think they're a scrub team. I think there are a lot of. I think all of my players have a huge potential to be great.
So why aren't why aren't they great?
Why aren't they living up to their potential?
Yeah. That.
I guess that's a little bit of my fault because usually when I'm on the team, I guess I'm pretty strict with how I play with my players. But this week, or like this season, sorry.
Stuart, I think you'd win a 3rd place award at the Olympics for modesty.
No, but I think I guess I wasn't like I was more passive than I should have been. But no, I don't think my team is a bad team, and it is a little bit of a difference coming from a championship minors team from last season.
Okay.
Can you give me
So-
some perspective on a couple players? Lake
Like-
Show's someone that
Lakeshore doesn't
Nobody
even
really
play
knew.
for our team anymore.
Oh, he
He's
doesn't
gone.
play.
He's
Okay.
gone. Hey
Alright,
Bunny
yeah.
doesn't play for our team.
Not
Moduso
original?
hasn't been showing up.
Why
How
don't
about-
you drop
how
them
about-
and get better people?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we're trying to do.
how's unoriginal been?
Unoriginal's exactly what I thought he was gonna be. He's not like a return monster, but he's a good communicator.
Okay. What about
He's a
Yeah.
great communicator and a great support defender. As
Yeah, the Bob
He's defense-
knows playing
Oh,
with him
man.
last season.
he carried my ass all season, and it was awesome. I'm glad to see
Basically.
him doing well.
Yeah, I remember he kicked my ass in playoffs last season, I think.
Yeah, and that's one of the
Not
things I feel like
surprised.
Uno needs like a more aggressive option like the Bob was, and I don't know if we have that for this season.
Okay.
Although Ralph is definitely a great player, even though he was technically supposed to be a sub this season, he's done well as a starter.
Okay. How about Ghost? I played with him in like a soccer or two. He seemed pretty good. Does he show up to games?
Oh yeah, he's the 5th player on our team, and he's the defensive sub. I mean, for a new player, at least playing the last couple of months, he's gotten a lot better since like the first
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
of the season.
he was damn solid when I played with him. in
Yeah.
soccer, so yeah.
He's a good mechanical player.
So do you think you'd rattle off a couple wins the last couple weeks, or
Yeah,
what's
that's
the
what we're trying to
status?
do.
Do we see these guys making the playoffs?
They have to
Gentlemen?
play the Populace
No.
and
Oh,
Bella Flag
gee.
and Lava Monster, so I don't think so. Sorry.
Yeah, probably not.
Looks like a resounding no from the analysts.
Sorry.
I don't know. I mean,
Those are the 3 best teams in the league, pretty much, in the West.
you should find the aggressive deep, like get somebody to play out of their comfort zone and play aggressive for an original. I think the flag will be in base for long at the very least.
I thought Unoriginal wasn't showing up anymore.
He is.
What?
He's one of the only ones that
Oh,
does.
Unoriginal and not attending do not mix.
Cool.
He's like
Alright.
Ed.
All right. Any last second thoughts on the childhood scrub lords?
Yeah.
Don't count us out yet, guys.
All
We're
right.
gonna sleep every week,
Oh yeah, alright.
especially the Thinking the Portals weeks.
Ooh.
Hey, we'll get
Oh,
to that
please,
later. We'll get to
please.
that later, guys. All right, last team in the Pacific, the Capitals. Last place in the conference.
Dun, dun, dun.
A fitting record for the name of the team.
Yeah.
1-11. They've let up 77 caps this season, which is most in the Western Conference and second most in the whole league.
I mean,
Sitting at a lovely minus 45 cap
The
differential.
ball so hard University of the West, basically.
the problem.
Basically.
The problem is they don't really have like any offense that's really come through. I know Sora had a lot of promise, but apparently he struggled adjusting, and
Didn't
I do
PM
what I
like
want,
hype
it's
the
relatively
shit out
new.
the shit out of sort of stats in the draft back end?
yeah, so they just haven't. It seems like maybe they didn't have developed players enough. They picked a lot of people who were new.
I would have thought Bianc would have been a nice minors starter, but instead they made him play majors, which is pretty crazy.
Wait, when the heck was Dodge on their team?
They traded for Dodge
Oh wow, alright.
because Ball So Hard. Well, basically, here's what happened: Dodge was on Ball So Hard, and he bullied the shit out of Tottenham, and then Exile was like, "Nah, fuck you," and then he traded him, the Capitals, for Jet. Because Jet wasn't doing anything on the Capitals, and he was just sitting around fucking playing Awesome Knots all the time. So
Yeah,
then they were
true,
like, all right,
true.
we'll fucking trade or something. And now Jet
Okay.
just plays Awesome Knots. And I guess Dodge still plays, but I don't know.
It's
I
not
mean,
much else
basically
Dodge
to
what
talk
started
happened.
out on
about.
the Capitals, didn't he?
Hmm?
Wasn't Dodge drafted to the Capitals in the first place?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and
He was
then
part of the three-man trade. Mhm.
All right,
Really
not
interesting.
much really to go about their team, I guess. Just stuff
So-
didn't really develop.
Team's getting shittier. Nothing's happening. No
I mean-
changes. Is there anybody on the team that can make a change? They can...
They certainly
Boost
have
his
a
team.
few standouts. I mean, does Tantru play for them consistently on minors?
He was
We're
called
talking about the
up.
Capitals.
He just
Oh,
got
he was called up. Okay.
He was just called
yeah.
up, yeah.
All right, so there you go. Aside
Well,
from
they
that, I don't
They
know.
have either Brainiac or Faulty.
Their major
yeah,
team is
Brainiac's
solid.
really good. The time to play against him in Central Tribes,
Both-
he's
yeah.
really good.
Both of whom belong in majors.
Well, belong
So
in
that'll give them
is-
an advantage, hopefully.
Belong in the Western Conference majors
Yeah,
is more
maybe.
like it. Oh...
Oh, man.
No, I mean, I think the Western Conference does have a future. It's just it's going to start out slow, but they will rise up. They got some bright talent.
Definitely.
Will rise. Especially now that Spear's better.
Please.
Yeah,
Oh,
true,
Alright.
true, true.
jeez.
Let's move this along. Western Pacific Conference, Pacific Division is done. Let's move back to the Eastern. We're going to go to the Atlantic Conference.
Cool.
We're going to start with the FS Ballers, the number one team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
In fact, number one team in the league right now, 10-2-0.
pretty much the story of FS Ballers is Stalin doesn't know how to draft majors players, but he knows how to draft minors players.
I agree.
I mean, Milksteak and Russia have been outstanding, bar none. They've been the best offensive tandem in the league. Not even close.
Yeah, they have like 15. Yeah, they have 59 caps scored in between them.
And they
Well,
Yeah,
to be
have.
solid.
fair, I think they're the only two offensive players that play every week.
That's
right?
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
They don't really rotate any players.
But I mean, hey, it works for them.
True. Yeah, that's true. You can't fault them for that.
And they have a former majors player in Raven who's going to stand out in minors.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a combination on defense that can handle themselves between Howard and Kinnick and Spongeball.
Yo,
I see them.
Kinnick's
I
no
see them
slouch.
pulling. I see them pulling a small caps season 6 around the end of the
Everybody's
season.
like, they're so good they get to the Super Bowl or the MuperBall.
They're gonna
Moose.
choke out just like small caps. I can see it right
You
now.
never know. I mean, they have the most talent right now in the East, and until someone takes them down, it's kind of like they're really the leading runner.
I just don't see it with Milksteak in Russia. I just don't see it.
I don't see it either. I haven't played them yet.
I don't see it.
Well, as somebody that's played with them or played against them on defense, they just do some random black magic bullshit and they'll get out every time.
Black magic.
I mean, oh my goodness, their chemistry is just
Botting?
it's just unlike any offense I've ever played against. It's really good.
So one thing to note, they're playing the small caps, Wasatch Miners, and the Privateers for the rest of the season. So they've played some. They played the easier teams so
They
far.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
But
mean, that laid like footwork for them to build their chemistry and get good. So I think they'll be prepared for the good teams once they come around.
They will.
Yeah, they just went 3-1 against. Well, they went 1-1 with Bruno Mars ball, and they just 2-0'd Rectile Dysfunction.
That's a big win.
Did they
Well, that's
yeah.
scrubby team
they
out of the
2-0
way.
Rectile Dysfunction?
They
Because
2-0'd
Ash is
Rectile
pretty
Dysfunction.
bad.
Wow.
I heard.
So they're looking strong heading into the playoffs. This team is definitely a MuperBall contender for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's hope they
Oh,
don't pull a fucking small caps
Small
in
caps.
the finals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not see that again. We need the East to win this year.
All
I
right,
believe the East will win, personally, but yeah.
All right.
let's move on to the lovely raccoon.
The lovely
Chaucer's
Raccoon Apocalypse.
finest. Yeah,
Well, you know
Charlie's
what Spherical
finest
Squires beat you.
just took a win off Wasatch Miners. Let me just say.
Well, that was
It
on
was pretty
45, and everyone knows. Dirty! Please, it was 3-2.
It was pretty dirty.
Hey, a win's a win.
Well, I'm definitely not taking away their win. They won fair and square on 45. But then they got pretty much handled on a real map boombox, so
45's
I
a
don't
real
know.
map.
please.
Meaty, you
It
need a real
is.
man in your
It's
life.
a real map. It's better than Danger Zone.
True, yeah, that's true.
Any standout players? They traded for a lot of people.
I'd have to
Mars?
say Mars.
Mars.
Scott's kind of struggling this season.
Yeah,
Um,
I've
Yeah,
heard
that
from
was-
Scott.
When we played Raccoon Apocalypse, Scott was complaining about his ping a lot. Apparently, he doesn't get good ping to Radius, or his internet's just really bad or something.
Yeah,
So
when I was specking my team playing them, Big Rhythms wasn't really doing that good. Balrog wasn't doing anything that great. Mars was pretty good. Chelsea FC kind of surprised me because she was doing pretty good in the game.
Yeah.
And
They
that's
are-
about it.
They are playing Ball So Hard, Privateers, and Bruno Mars Ball, so they have an opportunity. If they still have a chance to make the playoffs.
Well,
if
I mean,
they
can't
sweep
lose
the next
to-
two teams and then they split, they'll be like 8-10,
What are their next
24
two teams?
points.
Ball So Hard and Privateers. And
Oh
then
yeah, they
Bruno.
definitely have a shot. They definitely have a shot then. Yeah.
Definitely have a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
So-
mean, they can't give away easy points like they did against us, so.
If they can beat the Privateers, then I think they'll be in the playoffs. That
That'll
it
be a
all
big
depends on
match.
that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they need to get to that 6th spot. Remember, top 6 make the
Oh,
playoffs.
I think that's
this year.
thinking with Portals Week.
Oh. Alrighty. Any last second thoughts on Raccoon Apocalypse? No?
Nah.
Alright. Let's move on to the Privateers.
Hey.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Alright, Honey Bear. Tell me why our team doesn't suck.
Bear squared. Let's go.
More
Wow,
like
interesting.
Brass squared, am I right?
Interesting.
Ah.
You brought that up. Rumor has it Bear Square is going to be playing majors from now on.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. Tojo. Okay, basically everyone from our auction is like dead from our team.
Basically, original sign is dead.
Train is taking a break. Tojo's been busy, and Training Gub's been busy. Tyrus was traded. So between Nulfin and CC, Nulfin's trying to figure out offensive pairings, and me and Manbear might be playing some majors. And
So-
that's going to change things up.
So basically, you're saying that we can count Pirates out of MLTP playoffs, right?
Basically.
No, not at all.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, they're like 1-8 or one. Yeah, right. 1-10.
Yeah, kind of out of majors playoffs.
We're playing. I don't want to talk about majors too much, but I had to clarify. We're right in the running for playoffs and majors with the teams we're playing. Anyway, minors.
Besides Bruss Squared, who else is somewhat not bad on your team?
FTB
Maurice,
Dynasty.
but he left.
What?
Maurice?
Oh, Maurice.
It broke my heart, man.
FTB Dynasty's been a stalwart for the defense, and Kitten Panda has actually stepped up really
Oh
well
my
this
god.
season. He's been a
Panda
monster.
wrecked last week.
KP.
He's actually been a real monster on defense. Lou is someone who hasn't had a chance to play a lot, but due to real life stuff, and
I was actually going to ask about Lou because I've been playing a lot of PUDs with him lately.
he's going to get an opportunity to play a lot of minutes the next couple weeks. So
I see him a lot on Pi, so I was curious.
he has a lot of talent that hasn't been seen yet in the league, and it should be exciting. Demon's also a stalwart. We can have move around, so I wouldn't count us out. We might use the loan system a little bit. We have an opportunity, I think, still to secure that last spot.
All right. Let's take a look at their schedule for the next 3 weeks to see if they have a chance.
Good-
Oh, we all
good
know
luck
looks
to
like
you this week coming up.
Such. We're gonna beat Such Miners.
Yeah.
Everyone
Wild
knows
Such
that.
Miners week 7.
Raccoon Apocalypse.
Raccoons week 8 and
FS
Bruno
Ballers.
Mars Ball.
FS
Oh,
Ballers.
FS Ballers. Sorry about that. FS Ballers week 9. So I don't know, guys. What do you think?
Pretty tough schedule, to be honest.
Pretty tough schedule.
I don't know. I don't see them beating us at all. I think it's going to be a 2-0 sweep this week coming up, so I don't see anything about that.
Well, I made predictions last week and they were all wrong, so I really can't say anything.
I mean, we just won 2 games from the small caps, and I think we're looking to take their spot.
Well, at the
6
moment,
seed.
you guys
That's
are
the
5
small
points out of
crabs.
playoffs. And if you're up against 2 of the top teams, I don't see you guys making it anywhere. Sorry about that. But I'm predicting the Privateers to just fall short by about 10 points.
Just 10?
Measly. Just
Okay.
a measly
A measly 10 points. So, yeah. Sorry.
We'll see. We shall see.
Any last second thoughts?
Well, Thinking with Portals is coming up, and I can't speak for them, but if we can secure a couple of our players to come back and play, we might surprise a couple teams with them playing in both majors and minors.
Jojo.
Alright, Scrubvateers out. Let's move on. Erectile dysfunction.
Boo.
My other favorite team.
Sitting at a lovely 8-4, third in the East Division.
No
Guys?
ties.
What do you think about this team?
I think they're great as fuck, to be honest.
Yeah. I do too.
I don't know. I want to hear what Ash has to think about his own team.
So, okay. Here's the thing. I almost got traded today, but I didn't.
Ooh.
So, I'm still on the team. Our team's not going to fall apart or anything. I was going to have a whole spiel about how they were going to fall apart once I left. But
What are all these trade rumors?
there's a lot of trade rumors.
It's
but,
mostly
it's all
just Fez
settled
being
now.
Fez, but yeah.
We're good now. So, erectile dysfunction. We got swept, but, I mean, we didn't have our starting 4, and as you all know, we don't have anybody on our roster. Like, it's not deep at all. So, like, one person doesn't show up and we're fucked. So we just had to play with a loan, and there was a lot of controversy, and basically we just kind of got shit on Boombox. But we're actually going to practice this week.
Kind of.
And, yeah, we're going to kind of practice.
You guys
We
got
practiced.
super wrecked.
I'll be
on
honest,
Boombox.
like,
No, we didn't.
you
It
guys
was like
had a
6 caps.
What was it, like 8-1? That's super wrecked.
Oh, Ash, like,
It was
I like.
like...
Well, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like, your team has a lot of good talent, but like at the end of the day, you don't have enough depth, and you guys don't really practice, and I think that's gonna hurt you.
Why
in
do
the
you need
playoffs.
depth to win a championship?
I think
Because
you need
first
6
of
good
all-
players. 6
Why
good
do you
players.
need 6?
Because E
'Cause
is
we have
underperforming. Big Swingin', I mean, he's been kind of getting worse every week, in my opinion. I don't know. He started off kind of...
Swingin' has 30 caps. What are you talking about?
But look at his caps per minute. It's like 0.11. That's scrubby as fuck.
It's 0.13.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you very much.
Okay.
Caps per minute isn't everything, Meaty.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean,
if I have Snowball with me, we're dominant. We're dominant, all right? You guys see those prevent numbers? We're dominant.
All right.
You see me leading the league right there? 3,700 prevent, dominant.
You got your ass handed to you last week, and I think you guys might fall apart at the end of the season, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah, I agree fully. But hey, while we're on the subject of erectile dysfunction, I'd like to tell you guys a little something I feel about Ashmungashma before we finish talking about erectile dysfunction. All right,
Sure
give me a
thing.
moment without interruption, please.
Ready on you.
Oh yeah, so okay, so I believe that Ashmungashma is, without a doubt, the best player in all of Minor League Tag Pro. Both he and his team wore me, BigMeaty, or tore me, a new asshole during Week 4, proving once and for all that our team is a bunch of washed-up has-beens that should probably join Mikaso in Novice League Tag Pro. Anyway, back to the glorious majesty that is Ash. Have you seen his stats? 10 D-gasp overall, 100 D-nish, top in prevent and second in returns. That's just complete domination. Every time I play against Ash, I'm so intimidated by his amazing ability that I just watch in awe as he blocks the fuck out of me to carry his team to a cap. Fortunately, Ash is a generous god, and he graciously allowed me to pad my stats during our ass-kicking. There is no doubt in my mind that Ashmungashma should be starting defense in majors, and he would probably get the top stats there too because everyone else is trash. I'm pretty sure he's the best new player of all the Dirty Push too. He's just... He's just that good. Maybe one day I'll be good enough to actually...
Hey, hold on. We gotta let him finish, guys.
Maybe one day I'll be good enough to actually make Ash put an effort to beat me, and my team senseless with the ruthless defense. For now, though, I'll continue to be a worthless, polarizing scrub until the end of my days, and that's all I'd like to say.
It sounds like
Thank
Ash
you,
wrote that up
BigMeaty.
for you.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
That sounds like it was recited.
I don't know. That seems like it was from the heart. Come on now.
It's completely.
He said
from
he
the
had
heart.
something to say. We let him have something to say.
Okay.
Good for me.
Well, we all know
Way to
they're
get that
about
off
to
your
fizzle out. So anyway, Ash should
Right,
be
now
playing
that we
majors
know
next
the
year.
truth.
Whoop-de-doo. Let's move on.
All right. Last team in the East. You know them. You love them. Ball so hard. University, baby.
Woo!
Is that a BAWL? I think
Dude.
so.
There's not much to say. They barely have
Alright,
people.
How bad is this team?
Very.
I mean, okay, my team played them in the beginning of the season, and we shit on them pretty hard with Felix, Dodge, and who else? Jehobo.
Tottenham. Don't
The
forget Tottenham.
Scrotenham, or whoever the fuck his name is, whatever. Yeah, they got fucking annihilated, and now they're not even playing the other three guys I mentioned that aren't Jehobo. So yeah, they're pretty much done. They're done.
Let's put it this way: on a week-by-week basis, they barely have enough players to play. They recently picked up a few people, but
Just
let's
the fact that they play Q Pro 42.
yeah,
is
that
enough.
China, aka China Cat, for those who don't know.
But hey, at least they're showing up to their games every week. We can give them that at least.
Yeah,
know?
they just
Yeah.
Some
it's
of them
not-
are. They weren't in the beginning of the season.
It's not really a well-run team. You know, it's just a bunch of players.
I mean, let's look at their captain. It's fucking Exile. The former best player of the Dirty Push has now been replaced by me, of course.
There are a lot of dirty push players. I don't think you're the best.
I've just been told that I was the best. So
Sure, he's definitely the best, guys, no doubt.
By BigMeaty.
Told. I'll put that in quotation marks.
Shall we move on?
Yes,
Yeah.
because I have nothing to say because my
Yeah.
team just
clearly
lost
not
to them.
making playoffs. Clearly the worst team. Done with that. All right, time to go back to the West. We're going to do the Midwest now.
To the
Alright, so I'm gonna
surprising
take a bathroom
Central
break now that we're at the
Division.
West.
Home stretch, guys. 5 more teams.
The quite
All
good
right.
Central Division.
Yeah, starting with the Orzaballs, the not-so-good team of the good division.
No, they just rattled off 2 wins.
Yeah, they're 4-6-2. It's 8th in the league, though.
They're not out of it. If you look at the point spread, let's see who they're playing the next couple weeks.
That's a good thought.
They got Semi-Probots, Balls of Wrath, and Populous.
Well,
Those are
all
tough
3 of
games.
those teams are ahead of
Yeah.
them. That's the 3, 5, and 6 teams. Like
Their
they,
fates in
they
their own
got some-
hands.
Yeah, if they want to win, they gotta fucking earn it. You know.
Hey, Stu, you got anything for us?
Stu,
Jegs?
wake up.
Oh yeah.
Jegs.
That it.
Hey, Jegs.
Give me a minute.
Give me a minute. Well, let's take a look at the Orzaballs roster.
Ola has not been playing, I'll tell you that much.
All Tiger's been putting in some work. He's been making top 10 plays quite a bit, you know.
They've been lacking on offense, I know that much. The Orzaballs have struggled on O. They have very good defenders between
They
Bongo.
did pick up Dance, you know.
It's
They
Dance.
picked up Dance from Bruno Mersball after he wanted more playing time or whatever. So I think he played. I think he's doing well. Actually, I can go check.
Yeah, it might have made a difference with them winning last week.
JK, he didn't play.
Oh well.
But yeah,
Probably not going to make the playoffs, but you never know. It could be a wild card.
What?
it
What are you
depends.
talking about? Alright, what are you talking about?
Orzaballs.
Oh.
Yeah, Orzaballs ain't doing shit.
Probably not, but you never know.
Yeah, I think they got a tough schedule ahead of them. They gotta put in a lot of work if they want to get that number.
If there's
6
any
spot.
team that will put in work, it's Tears. So
It's fucking Trollball's team. Yeah,
I just
You never know.
stepped in water.
Jags, is your mic
Stepped
okay?
in
It's a
water.
little like you stepped in water.
What?
yeah, I don't know what Jegs is saying.
Yeah.
Jegs, are you
Jegs.
drunk?
You're bad. Aren't we all supposed to be drunk here? Come on now.
My socks are wet.
Oh,
You can
they-
talk if your socks are wet, bro.
Alright, what do you want?
Well, I think we kind of covered the Orzaballs.
Yeah.
None.
Jags, how shitty are the Orzaballs and why? Real quick.
What about them?
How shitty are they and why?
We haven't played. I haven't played them yet.
Wait, who
So
should
let me look at the roster real quick. Oh no, these guys are pretty good actually. We'll play them
You
next.
think they'll
I
make the playoffs? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they're all really good. They should make the playoffs, but the season hasn't been going like they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Nah,
I'd say
then-
they're kind of like a wild card right now.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
might
I
be on
agree.
the
They could
fringe.
explode,
Alright,
but they
jury
could
is
just,
still
like,
out on the
fuck up.
Orzaball.
Oh wait, the Orzaballs? I have quite a bit to say about the Orzaballs. Sorry, I was taking a pee.
Oh, okay. What do you have to say about the Orzaball?
Well, the Orzaballs, let's see here. What is their roster? Bongo, Dude McGuy, Ola,
I thought you had
Tiger.
something to say.
Oh, well, no,
Hey.
I'm just
Hey,
looking at their
Hey,
roster.
get out of here. This is private,
Hey,
Trollball.
hey,
Get out of here.
Private.
Get out.
Hey, get.
Trollball.
All
Free
right,
speech.
do your thing. Do your
All
thing.
right. Why does your team not suck and why? We have a guest commentator. It's Trollball. Hi, Trollball.
Hey, we just
Why
won
does
our
your team not?
we just won our last 2 games. We got 4 great players who know how to. That's really all there is to it. I'll let you guys do your thing.
All right, jury is they suck.
All
Hi,
right,
Trollball.
bro.
Thank you.
GG.
All right.
Well,
next
anyway.
team.
An unbiased opinion of the Orzaballs.
You're supposed to be biased, Meaty. You're supposed to be biased. That's why I have you here. You're
the,
supposed to tell people why they suck. That's it.
Well, I'm going to tell you why they suck right now. Okay, well,
Why
they
do they
suck.
suck?
They suck. But didn't they just get rid of Kazoo?
Yes.
Okay, so they'll be a lot better now. They have Bongo, Ola, Altiger, whatever.
Ola's been gone.
Oh, okay. Wow. Then
well, they
Rip
still
Dixie.
got Dance?
I feel really bad for Bongo. Oh, they got Dance. Okay, Dance is pretty good. But yeah, the only good player I've seen on their team is Bongo. But aside from that, they're not gonna make playoffs.
Yeah, I'd still say the
Alright.
jury's out, though. I think they have a chance. I mean, their fate is really in their own hands because they're playing teams that are all ahead of them, so you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Alright.
yeah. That I was gonna say that Western Conference, there's
You
a
never
huge
know.
spread of opponents, so anybody could make it at this point.
Which team are we talking about?
The Orioles.
Orioles.
We're about to
Orioles.
finish up.
The
We're about
oars
to
of
finish up.
ladders.
Do you have anything to
The
say
oars of
last
shit.
second?
Nope.
Alright, moving on. Populous.
Populous.
Populous are right
Jegs.
smack dab in the middle of
Jegs.
How you
the
doing?
conference.
Tell us about your team.
What about
Why does your team not suck and why?
Ooh, I don't think we suck quite yet. I'll tell you why in a second when I get our roster.
You know that
Don't
was on your
even-
team?
Wow.
Alright, great fucking
Wait,
team
no, I remember.
coordination.
I can tell you.
Alright, who's on your team?
Alright. On my team is Killer, MC, myself, Remo, Jackals, Rick, and Donuts recently.
Donuts.
Donut.
And
Alone?
yeah, last week Nltp called. He played 3 halves and got like 40 something returns.
Why do you call him up? Where are you
Because
missing?
we were
Yeah, what-
like didn't have people. I don't know. Rick has been doing well, but hasn't been here lately. Jackals is good, but doesn't get a lot of playing time because Doddsfall puts an MC and Remo like on offense most of the time, and Remo is very questionable. MC
I got a
is
question.
solid, and Killer never plays. There you go. That's the minor team.
I got a question. Everyone was curious coming into the season, Eagles drafting all the soccer stars, quote unquote, before the season started. Now, how do you think you guys have meshed together?
I don't know. Pretty good. I don't play soccer all that much. I didn't even know my teammates played soccer all that much.
Yeah, the note about Eagles team was that most of the players were soccer standouts, and he was drafting kind of based off soccer.
Interesting.
How do you think your team has come together, though?
I mean,
Who's
Hey,
kind of
guys.
taking
I thought
charge?
Eagles was the fucking stupidest person for drafting Halsey. Can you believe that?
Oh,
That's pretty bad of you.
AKA
I know.
MVP.
AKA starting on my fantasy roster
Eagles is a
as we
fucking
speak.
beast.
Eagles. All about that Eagles. Anyway, do we see this team making the playoffs, guys?
See them
Probably.
playing
They're in a playoff position right now. They have a winning record.
childhood
and
Spheros,
Fun, the
little
Spheres,
Murballs.
and
I mean,
Murballs.
Doddsfall is pretty good.
Doddsfall's playing
we'll
majors.
kill him.
Is playing
Oh,
majors.
then okay.
Checkmate.
They do have to play the Little Merballs
Checkmate
and the Lava
is playing
Monsters.
Oh, that's tough. Okay, so maybe, yeah.
They have a
maybe.
decent schedule finishing the season.
Yeah.
They have a good
I mean-
chance.
We'll have to see how they perform. If they can perform against the Merballs, then they're in. If they get shit on, then they're out.
Yeah, pretty
That's,
much.
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But,
if they
jury's-
decide to pick up donuts, maybe.
Maybe that'll help.
Maybe
Maybe.
they pick them up full time.
All right. Next team is Bela Flag and the Flagtones.
Runner up
Wally's
for worst
stupidest fucking
worst
team,
team
name
of
ever.
the fucking name ever. Like, what the fuck?
Well, their
I'll t-
team name is shitty. Their talent is not. Let's
I'll tell
talk
you-
about the players on their team.
I'll tell you this much. Ballymandius definitely has an iron fist commanding both his majors and minors team. And he prepares them well each week. And that's why you're seeing players like LeBron Star James actually playing well. People were kind of unsure if he'd actually be able to survive in minors, but he's played well. And they've been working on the waiver wire, picking up Super Mesh and Distraction. And they're kind of filling out the roster again to kind of make a run. I wouldn't be surprised if they win the whole thing.
Okay.
Won the whole thing. Bold prediction there, Cotton. Let's see if it
Pretty
pays
bold.
off.
I
So
mean, you got
obviously it
players.
seems like
You got players like Ludafisk, JC Money, Randy Marsh. They're very experienced on offense, and LeBron James too.
Yo, Randy Marsh has
LeBron.
always been my tag pro crush. Like he is, like I've always thought that he was like one of the best players.
And they also have good
Please.
captaining by both Ollie and E. And I honestly
Mhm.
wouldn't be surprised if they win the MuperBall.
Yeah.
Well, here's time for my negativity. I don't think LeBron's any good, but I think the rest of the
Well, I
team's pretty
mean-
good. So yeah, I think they have a chance.
Yeah.
They have a deep,
Yeah.
deep roster, and it's just about them figuring out who to play in the right
Yeah, right?
situations.
It seems like Bali doesn't know who to play yet.
Yeah,
Still
I think
trying to
that's the
work on it.
problem.
And just
Like,
play
If
JC
distraction
money.
if distraction showed up, then they'd be fine. But I don't know if he
Yeah,
does.
true.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be in the playoffs, and they're going to at least win the first round, and we'll see where they go from there, and they have a good shot.
All right. Good thoughts on Bella Flag. Next
Chasing
team.
money.
Can we do destruction?
Destruction. Next team is Destruction of Babylon. Runner up for shittiest name.
Another one, yeah, another one.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, this team is kind of just nobody really understands this team. Does anyone have perspective?
You know, the minors team is not as bad as their majors team because they are so fluid in their rosters. You know?
Honestly, the thing with this team is that I can never distinguish who the fuck plays minors and who
I
plays
don't know.
majors.
Mhm.
I do not know.
They just fucking played
I
Ron
don't know.
Sponson in majors.
I mean,
I
they
do
just
not know.
don't. They don't have like established talent really in minors, and that's what's really going to kill them. I mean, they have players like Isug, who's kind of started to make a name for himself. I mean, Kreese, I don't know if he's playing well. Anyone know if he's kind of having a good season?
Wait, am I saying this correct? Loss. Win, loss.
That's been their
What is
record.
what is
No. That's that's gotta be the majors, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think
that's the majors.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
the majors team. Yeah.
Let's put it
They're
this way.
like 5 and 7, so they're
They're
not
playing-
Not
terrible.
too bad. Not too bad.
They got to play Bella
2
Flag
points
and
out of-
Lava Monsters.
Yeah,
Oh, so they're fucking doomed.
I mean-
okay.
they can beat the Capos, so they'll get 6 points. But I don't know if 21 points is enough. I
Probably
don't think
not.
it is.
Probably not. They just don't really have enough talent at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people are looking for this team to not exist next year, I'll be frank.
they
It's
probably won't.
Most likely not going to. So
I think a lot of people are going
this
to be
might
mad
be
if
it for the
they
40s.
continue.
Murballs have a chance to, stay relevant, but definitely
No,
not for
we're
the
not in the
others.
Murballs yet.
Oh, whoops.
Well, I mean, we're about to be, so they're the
I
last
know.
team. Any last second thoughts on Destruction of Bubble?
Pretty bad.
No?
Anything
Pretty
about
bad.
I mean, Jukeball Hero is pretty good. Like, I've played D with him
He's
a
a
couple of those.
Ball hero.
Yeah.
Stars in his eyes.
got flags
Anyway.
in his arms?
Oh, okay. I see you. Alright. Let's move on to the number 1 team in the West.
Bum, bum, bum.
The Myrtle Beach. Well, the Little Murballs, I should say.
It's a cute name.
It is cute. Their logo is amazing. I
Yeah.
love it.
Shout out to Mace for coming up with their team name. Anyway,
Man.
And
BigMeaty,
speaking
why?
of Mace,
Why
He's
do
been
the
doing
Murballs
really well.
suck?
The Murballs don't suck. I think Cape has
There we
drafted
go.
really well. Like, outstandingly well. And in developing their talent, I mean, he's got a good mixture of vets as well as new talent. And we're seeing guys like Esposante having good season majors, and I mean, okay, then play majors last or just this week. So
I really like the tandem of the O's. Okay, then an O snap.
They have
They're really good.
Yeah, they have a lot of players. They have a mix of players who have been established, like BG and Guard,
Mhm.
playing minors. And then they have players like Mace, O'Snap, Okay Then, and Balloon who are just stepping up and playing incredible tag pro.
Yeah.
This team is right up there with Bella, I think, in terms of making a run.
yeah, they have.
You guys
Super
think it'll be
Bowl
those
rings
two
on
in the
defense.
finals?
Just wouldn't be
yeah,
surprised.
In the
probably,
Western Conference
probably,
Finals.
yeah.
So definitely a toss-up between these two.
Yeah, because my team, I mean, we stepped into the dark side that is the West, and we played on Origin against this team. And I will honestly say they're not bad at all. They're pretty good.
I bet you guys got shit on.
No, we didn't get shit on, but they definitely put up a pretty good fight. And, I definitely am not going to, diminish their skills at all. They played us pretty good.
Funny thing is, K-Pal doesn't even really play anymore. He's becoming more of a just captain, coach, which is interesting. But he's very good at it, which keeps them rolling.
This might be one of the first, coaches just to coach.
Might be.
Yeah.
Besides E.
If Tag Pro evolves to that level, E plays, dude.
Yeah,
he plays
a
lot.
Hey, and
White Cat.
I have some inside knowledge that Ginseng might actually play in their playoff squad. So they might have Ginseng when it comes to playoffs. Hey,
Would that mess them up more, though?
Yeah, I feel like it would.
I feel like it would.
I think the combination of Mace, Guard, and Balloon is pretty solid.
I would take Ginseng in that lineup any day of the week.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to have 3 Super Bowl rings in your defensive rotation.
Everyone gives Ginseng too much credit.
No.
He's pretty good. I mean, he's kind of been slack in the last few seasons, but I say when it comes to a minors game, he's definitely
that's like a year and a half.
He's definitely worth having on your fucking team. I mean, definitely. I would.
Few, I think maybe 2. I mean, I'm not even sure if it's 2. I know season 6 is pretty bad, but I mean, I don't know.
There's a lot of factors that went into season 6, but
yeah,
not just
exactly.
Ginseng.
Well,
exactly.
I guess that's
alrighty. So now that we've gone over all of the teams, let's take a little step back.
Hey, I want to say something about little merballs.
Who is this?
Penguin, shut the fuck up.
Penguin, you're not supposed to be
Go
here.
away. Just kidding. What do you want to say?
Off, Mumble?
Penguin, what do you want to say?
BG.
Get out.
Piece of
Yes.
Right
now.
Yes.
Right now.
Get rid of him.
Bye,
We're
Penguin.
Bye, Penguin. Love you.
No. I was very productive until this point.
Alright.
Thank you.
Alright. So now let's take a step back and just see how the season has been going so far. So have there been any memorable moments for you guys so far into this season? Let's just go through each of you.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Have there been any memorable moments, whether it be a cool play that somebody made or something that happened in the subreddit or crazy drama that you want to talk about, anything like that? How's the season been?
Good.
You guys want to talk about the cheating? I mean, that's something that's pretty
sure. I mean, we can
cheating, asterisk, exile.
I'd rather kind of talk about. It seems like a lot of teams have been making roster changes. It's been odd.
Yeah.
It's been very busy.
Yeah.
Let me just say there are 40 disbanded players.
Really?
40 people on the disbanded players tab.
That's a lot.
A lot of them are NLTP loans, but a lot of people have been dropped. And a lot of different people have been picked up. The rosters are very different than when they started.
And I think that was the follow-up because of the drama. I mean...
Yeah, a lot of people
once
left
people
and blah, blah.
saw an ugly head roar that it wasn't as fun, then they kind of wanted it out. So...
People have had internet problems. People have had
also
real life
a lot of
things.
people that fucking sign up and then end up just not following through the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of the thing, though, with minors, and you get new people every year who are eager.
Mm-hmm. Any other things? Any other cool...
How about thinking with portals, guys?
Ooh.
How do you feel about
Alright,
thinking with
you guys want
portals?
to talk about thinking with portals?
Hell yeah.
Terrible choice by the community.
My
Let me
God.
just say
To
right
be-
now to the community that I fucking hate you right now because you chose this map.
The community won
that map
by
got a lot
60
of points.
votes.
It's
Or
definitely
50.
a troll
50.
vote. There's no way. It was a troll vote.
No.
You
Pirates
can't troll vote.
They're trolling
Pirates
us.
definitely went out of our way
who's
to
doing it?
make sure thinking with portals.
Well,
We definitely
to
told
be fair-
people to vote for it.
To be fair for BigMeaty's point, if you've seen the top 6, Figure 8 was 5th. So
That's a troll.
mean,
Yeah, that's trolling. That's trolling. I'm sorry.
but I mean, on the other side, I played it in in RLTP, and as much as I can say that I was frustrated, because I was frustrated, I kind of like take a step back and realize how fun it was. Just because.
Yeah, at least it's actually a map that we can play competitively. It's not like fucking Arena or some shit like that.
It was before its time, all right. So this map is It doesn't play like any other map, of course. We all know that, but that could be good for the league.
To me, it's not fun and competitive to me.
It's the only map that
That's because you
points
don't
actual
understand
strategy.
it, maybe.
Well, I mean,
is why I like it.
Right.
I mean,
I got a question to ask you guys. How old are you guys? Like, not like actual age. Like, how long have you been playing Tag Pro for?
Almost
are you
a
dirty
year
pushers?
half.
Are you honeymoon pushers?
A little over a year.
A year.
Dirty push.
Say your pushes, so I know.
So,
how many of you are dirty pushers?
Not me.
Say your name.
Bob.
Stu.
Stu, you're a dirty pusher. Meaty, are you a dirty pusher?
A little over a year. Is that a dirty pusher? I'm sure.
No,
maybe a few months over a year.
I'm a honeymoon push.
Okay. I'm a dirty pusher. And back when I started playing, thinking with portals was in pub rotation, and I'm sure the dirty pushers know about this. Or depending on how much you played. Anyways, fucking playing on that map was great. I loved that map. It's fantastic. That shit literally taught me how to play defense. It taught me all about
I'm not
positioning.
surprised that sitting on a fucking portal tile for half the map is fun for you.
You can argue that for a lot of maps. You sit on buttons for a lot of maps half the time.
Look at like Smirk or something. It's part of the game.
I mean, there's a lot more to Smirk
button.
defense than sitting on the button, so I think that's more relevant.
I guess it really comes down to what position you play in the map.
There is legitimate strategy to thinking with portals, and it is a change up from our normal maps, which I think is good. It can be a really exciting game.
Yeah, I was gonna just comment on the games. Like, we've seen some stale maps where it's just kind of like
Danger
watching the flag carriers just kind of run around.
Danger zone.
Yeah, Danger Zone, 45. We've had a bunch of chase maps where just like the flag carriers seem to be lost forever, and now you have like this small map where random shit happens and you don't know what's going to happen, and it's going to be constant. It's going to be lots of fun to watch.
Constant movement, constant collisions, everything's going to be happening.
Constant caps, definitely.
Oh,
depending on the coordination of the teams.
I don't see a game having a half that's going to have less than 6 caps in it for
which is
less than 6 caps.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
Yeah, once Snowball and I start playing defense, I don't think we're gonna have any caps. You know, just saying, we're pretty awesome. But,
yeah.
And my team's in poised position if we can get a couple of our OS players to.
What do you guys think is the most interesting part of the map?
Oh, maybe the
team tiles,
the portals,
the middle area.
probably.
Let's go one at a time. Let's start with BigMeaty. What do you think is the most interesting part of the map?
It's definitely the middle area where most of the returns and a lot of the action is going to be going on. Because if you had a heat map, that's where a lot of the splats or whatever are going to be. There's bombs everywhere. Obviously, team tiles that are going to help the defense chase the offense. That's just the most interesting part. I mean, the section where there's portals or whatever, I mean, there's going to be a lot of camping on the empty, portal tiles or whatever. It's not that interesting. The middle is where it's at.
I mean, I think it's easy.
Bob?
I think it's easy to defend against the portal. Like, you can always push your defender through the portal, and then you have 2 defenders outside the base. Then you have the boost to get out. But, yeah, definitely the middle, though, because I can see, like, bomb snipes from a mile away.
Honeybear, you agree with Meaty, right?
Yeah, I agree with Meaty. You pretty much said everything about the middle that's unique about it.
Stu, you have any thoughts? What do you think is the most interesting part?
I think the people who don't see portals are not saying that because they don't really they've never really played on the map and understood the map and tried to invent plays with their friends There are a lot of interesting things you can do with those portals, guys. A lot of things that even Original Sign haven't come up with. I think the map has a lot of potential.
I've definitely played on the
especially
map.
with a lot of practice time.
I've definitely played on the map enough to form a pretty valid opinion on it, and I'd say that the portals they do offer a few
you have
interesting opportunities for
you gotta
caps.
think with portals. It's the name
But
of the
then
map.
at the same time, it's kind of jaded because I don't like maps with portals, so that's
this
just a
is,
jaded thing.
in fact, the first competitive map that we've ever had with portals.
In Majors.
In Majors, yep. So
the only maps that work with portals are Center Flag, and that's it. I'm sorry.
Hyperreactor's not bad, but that's a whole different story.
Like Hyperreactor. That's the only other one.
Yo, fuck Hyperreactor. I'm
Fuck
sorry.
Hyperreactor.
I'm
with
sorry.
you.
Fuck Hyperreactor.
Fuck
so
that,
fun.
The only thing fun about Hyperreactor is carrying the flag, because literally, if you can carry the flag, nobody's gonna fucking tag you.
Alright.
Alright, I guess that wraps up thinking with portals. Is there any other parts in the first half of the season? Anything that you guys thought was memorable that you'd like to talk about?
The content's been here and there, but we've got a lot more streamers. So I'd like to give a shout out to that.
Shout out to Mr. Fruitsy, because he's awesome for streaming this.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah.
The coverage has definitely improved. There's still ways to go, but it definitely has improved over time.
Mm-hmm.
Any comments on how superior minor league subreddit is to the major league one? Because
I'm saying,
holy shit, the content on minor league.
Shout out to Kinnick for the flares. Shout out to everybody for fucking doing things.
Dude, flares
for making me look good.
Well,
who likes their flares?
It's kind of like majors players stop caring when they get to majors.
Don't care, man.
The minor players have something to prove, and they want to make the community enjoyable. And I think that's what you saw this season.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll continue to do that. So
hopefully.
Hopefully, we'll fucking do your recaps, Meaty. God.
Better late than never, okay? Better late than never.
Yeah, whatever. Alrighty. Is there any other things, or should we start wrapping things up with playoff predictions?
The competition has been better than last year, by far.
Yeah.
No more henchmen.
Well,
no more.
I wouldn't say. Well, there are a couple henchman-esque teams, but nothing as
nowhere
bad.
near.
But definitely with the reduced amount of teams, there has definitely been a steady amount of competition throughout the league. Yeah. So the reduced teams was a great idea.
I still think we need to reduce roster size by at least
Yes,
one, but I still think having too many minors players detracts from the competition.
Yeah.
Especially with the NLTP loan system, I think that's more valuable to a team.
The loan system is really working out this year. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah,
people are getting the chances to just, last second pickups, and it's giving novice people an opportunity to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's definitely a few novice league players that we were considering putting on our team when the Real Duck thing was going on, and whoever the hell else was up for grabs. But yeah, we were definitely there we go, that one. But yeah, we were considering a few novice league players if we couldn't get Real Duck. So yeah, it's definitely worked out. I contacted a few myself, and we're still kind of talking to them. So yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Stu, you have any insight to the competition in the West?
Yeah. How's the Western competition so far?
It's a little strange, especially because of the central server problems right now. But it's really competitive. I would honestly say it's just as competitive as majors, to be honest, because there's a lot of players and minors who are, in many ways, mechanically are just as good, if not better, than a lot of the majors players currently playing. So it's always going to be a challenging matchup, no matter what team you play.
I guess it's not surprising since the Western Conference.
No,
I guess
Conference.
I guess that brings us to our regularly scheduled shit on the Western Conference session. So why don't you guys tell me about how much the Western Conference sucks ass?
And this is where I leave.
I joke a lot, but I think the big difference is that a lot of the people in the West just haven't had competitive experience yet, or are building that up. And I think at least by next season or the season after, it'll be comparable.
I think you can't say anything about it since we've been forced to essentially play on the shittiest server ever.
That's true.
Yo, they fixed Sphere.
Most of the season.
That's true.
For only the last week. What I'm saying is, a lot of the records that you're seeing on the stats page are from those weeks. So you can't really, can't really make it.
We say the Western Conference, and it encompasses the Origin teams too. They suck too, so it's okay. You know.
Yeah, fair enough. Now you're right, Sue.
Everyone.
So I don't know, man.
Even them, because they base it off of Centra teams, so you can't really.
I do see some promising talent coming out of Centra.
There's a lot of good
people. Think that they will get a lot better as the seasons progress.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for them because they have to play in Origin, but aside from that, there's some solid players coming out of the West, but there's no denying that the East is definitely way more competitive when it comes to upper tier teams than the West.
At this moment, yes, but I mean,
at this point,
yeah, lots of time. Oh man, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I've had too much to drink.
It'll be interesting to see.
That's the
MuperBall.
idea, Bob. That's the idea.
If the West wins the MuperBall, we're gonna have it in for ourselves.
They have the last two seasons.
I'm almost positive that if there was some kind of like East versus West thing going on at some point during the season.
You guys want to have an all-star game? If you do, let me know.
We should.
Send me a message.
We should.
East is down as fuck right now. We need word from the West how you guys are feeling.
Yeah.
About what?
So you want to represent all of the Western Conference? And be down?
No. Wait, about what? The All-Star game?
About an East-West All-Star game, yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
Can't happen.
Can't happen?
Can't happen.
Why not?
Because anything to do with the East can't happen.
Oh.
They're terrible people.
Typical.
Every single one of them.
Scared. You sound kind of intimidated. Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to go down the line now from each of you, and I want you to tell me who is going to win the MuperBall and who are they going to beat. So it's going to be the final two teams, obviously. So who's going to beat who to win the MuperBall? You guys ready?
Yep, sure.
Thinking of your predictions? Alright, honeybear, you first.
I think we're gonna see the FS Ballers in the MuperBall, and they're gonna be playing the Little Merballs.
And who's gonna win?
I think the Little Merballs are gonna win. I think K-Pal's gonna continue.
Western Conference.
Well, I think K-Pal's
honeybear, you fucking traitor.
I think he's got something brewing. They won the MuperBall, and I think they're gonna win the MuperBall.
Alright, good thoughts. Stu, let's go to you next.
Who do I think is gonna win the MuperBall?
Against that and against two.
Okay. I think the FS Ballers. I don't know. Honestly, I do think a Centra team is gonna make it to the MuperBall, but I don't really see them winning. As for who's gonna reach it, I would say it's gonna be the Balls of Wrath, but I just don't see.
So you think the FS Ballers are gonna
even though I say you can't really criticize which conference is better, I do think there is the fact that our division is stretched out while you guys your servers have been shrunken down. It's definitely a lot more competitive, and I think whoever wins the East Conference is gonna win the MuperBall. And
this just in, guys.
I don't really know a lot about them, but
traitor.
FS Ballers is the best team on there.
They
from
are.
what I've seen.
Okay. Meaty, you're next.
Okay, so I'll start from the team that's going to be in the West. I think it's going to be Little Marballs. They're the only team to impress me so far from the West. Aside from that, I'd have to say on the East, I think that my team's going to show up, and we're pretty much going to live up to what we set the standard for in the beginning of the season.
This
And
just
we're gonna
in, I think
close
Meaty
out-
just took shrooms or something because
No,
he's high as a
I'm
kite.
pretty fucking drunk, but I'm definitely still, pretty well within my mind.
So he says.
We're gonna pretty much beat every team that we meet in the playoffs, guaranteed.
Okay.
And we're gonna meet up against the. We're gonna meet up against whatever the fucking team in the West is. Yeah, the whatever balls. And
The whatever balls.
yeah, we're gonna meet them and we're gonna beat them. So that's what's gonna happen.
Okay. Bob, who do you think's gonna take?
Well, I know for a fact that FS Ballers won't make it that far just because they're cursed. They're only going to make it to the Pokai 4.
You're right.
Wrecked.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
and I think I'm going to go off the board. I'm going to think the Mist Boosters are going to make it in the East.
Ooh.
Hey.
And I think the Bells and Flagtones are going to make it in the West. And
Bell
I
and
think... Oh, that's going to be too close, but I'll have to go with Bell and the Flagtones for the championship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good predictions all around.
We'll have to do this again come playoff time.
Yeah. Before we wrap everything up, any last minute thoughts that you guys have about anything, really?
Bear squared.
Brass square.
Bear squared. Everything I said earlier about Ashmungashma's team and himself was definitely not the result of some kind of wager that we had before the game. It is
It
my true
definitely wasn't.
feelings. Let it just be known, okay?
Thanks, Meaty.
I was
That
in
really means a lot.
I was in no way forced to say what I had to say. You know.
It sounds like it.
Not at all. Not at all. Don't listen to Honeybear. Alrighty. Well, I guess that's gonna be it from us. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's sign
Get
off.
this on the sub.
Yeah, I'm Ashmungashma, aka literally Hitler, aka Ash Mussolini, and with me is Big Shitty,
Big
Honey
Meanie.
Bruh.
Honeybear.
Stu, I don't know how to say your name badly. Fucking Stu. And Scrub 18.
It's Big Meanie.
Big Meanie is, yeah. Big
Yeah.
polarizing meanie. Alright, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching Fruitsy TV, guys. Ash and the gang signing off.
See you.
Bye.